all and everyone, welcome to the journey of the Absolver. Now that the tutorial prologue is out of the way, we can begin this playthrough proper. Now you want to go into the top left, top right of the temple, and we're going to go down the way to the hunting path. Now you can honestly go whichever way you want. I feel this one is has the smoothest transition towards the other areas and bosses. And there you go, the hunting path. Now this game is actually well designed in terms of looks, graphic fidelity, and sound. I actually didn't notice it myself, but right now listening to it with headphones as I record audio, the oomph and girth, would you call it? And just the punching and the kicking and you know what I'm talking about. But it's very well designed. You can feel the impact behind each and every hit. But right here, I'm fighting 3 opponents at one time, and that's a trippy topic in Absolver. At the beginning of this game's lifespan, many people didn't like it, and it really opened up to the game's flaws. That it was designed around, that it was based upon one-on-one fights. But then here you are with these 1 versus 3s, and everything feels all clunky. You see the game's like scratches and whatever, like non-polished, whatever. Stuff like this also includes the non-polish. After a while, when I just disappear, I'm like, nah, like I'm done. If it dies, it dies. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And right now, we're about to pass a player that we came across earlier. That's the next area, and he just punches me. Now, I want you to know that if a player attacks you, then they probably didn't mean to. I mean, they obviously meant to attack you, but they didn't know that you were a player most of the time. That said, if anyone attacks you more than once, beat the bricks off that person, because griefing is a thing, and killing other players, or player killing, is a thing. That's quite obvious. But most of the time, if you just look at them, walk away, they're like, oh, that was a player, my bad, and they'll carry on the rest of their day, like what just happened. And right now we're gonna I forgot which way to go. We're gonna go to the boss, but stop by 2 enemies that blocks the path. And whenever you're fighting multiple enemies at once, try to get them to line up. That way they'll attack each other as they're trying to attack you. And another tip I'd like to say, that if you lock onto an enemy, obviously you'll attack that enemy whenever you press an attack button. However, if you move the left stick to aim and then attack, you will attack the corresponding enemy within that direction. I played this game a lot, and I'm just now coming to realize that myself. And down here would be the boss. The number of enemies or adds within the boss fight depends on how many players are in your instance. So if you're playing this offline, which you shouldn't feel bad about, you're just gonna fight the boss. However, because there's a lot of people in this instance, apparently I'm fighting 3 and the boss. Was it 3 or was it just 2? Okay, it was just 2. Never mind then. But this is the boss, Rivario. I'm pretty sure it's Rivario. But like most bosses, you want to take down the adds first, because it takes down their attack power or DPS towards you. A lot less enemies to worry about, also easier to kill. Also, I have specific abilities in my school, so if you join my school to use my deck, you also have these abilities as well. You generally have the healing spell whenever you want, or you get it when you start the game, so that's not something to worry about. However, I have the bladed skill in, exhaust, I believe. So you can either have, well, you can pick one out of those 3 skills the moment you start up if you have my school on, or any school that has these abilities whatsoever. And I also have the war gloves as the weapon. They only cost 2 shards, so you can use them the moment you're able to, well, from the get-go. And that's really helpful, because these war gloves, I picked them specifically because they're easy to get. Because they only have 2 crystals, because you only need 2 shards to use them. Also, they're fairly light. So I want it to be like an addition to the moveset rather than, oh my gosh, I got my war gloves, I can finally do damage. No, the war gloves are part of your fighting style, or part of my school's fighting style. And this guy comes out of nowhere and just starts attacking me like, bro, there's a boss right there. We both benefit if you kill the boss, but you come after me. Why? And so he's still trying to PK me. And I'm like, bro, like, you don't want to do this. But to this guy's defense, he really did almost kill me, as you're about to see. The way I sorted this deck out is I have your attack streams on the top and then mix up on the bottom. One thing that I figured out is that he's most likely a new player, and because I was on such low health, I knew that he would try to attack me, kill me before I killed him. So after I used an alternate attack on bottom left, which I'll just call 3, I pressed triangle, and then I was able to string into my regular attack strings, or more fluid attack strings. And now we're gonna come back up and go to that little entrance we saw earlier. Oh, also, you can stop by these altars. They're really helpful. This game is really nice looking for it to be an indie game. Oh, that was the guy from earlier. I didn't even notice him till now. Like, this game had so much potential. Not to say that it was wasted or it's a bad game, but it could have been so much better. Here we're at the Forgotten Temple, and there's not that many enemies. I remember specifically coming to this area that there was a lot of enemies, and I'm just fighting for my life trying to get to the next area. I don't know if that's wrong or not, but there's only one. I'm just like, there's only one, why? But for now, we're just gonna go up this path and talk to, Talon? Talon? I'm pretty sure it's Talon. You will have to learn more attacks if you want to survive. If an unknown attack hits your guard, you'll start learning it. If you use your combat style's ability against that attack, you'll learn it even faster. But if you are defeated or flee combat, you will lose all of this experience. Victory is the only path to acquiring knowledge. So right there he told us how to progress our fighting style, or to get more attacks and skills and whatever. Basically, you kill an enemy, you get every single thing that you learned from that particular fight. You gain stuff from blocking, etc, etc. But as you can see, I'm fighting this person and I'm learning skills. Why? Because of my school. Most of the attacks I have, I don't know on this character. And so whenever I use them successfully, I will gain a little bit of knowledge. And just like our boy Talon said, if we win that fight, we get all of the experience of that fight. So if I run away, I will not get anything from it. But for some reason, there's not that many enemies, and we're just gonna collect our loot and go about our lives. Seeing this place all empty is very eerie. And watch out for the insta-death water. I have died to that more times than I am proud of. And there should be an altar just about this path. Oh, there's an item box. What are these called? Yeah, just follow this path and you'll see an altar. I actually missed this my first playthrough, but there's the boss entrance just right there. And that guy, he seems kind of over leveled to be here. I wouldn't know, but like just his equipment, it's very, I don't know, not even in-game gear, but that's stuff you buy in a shop, and you would only buy stuff if you have played for a while. It's just strange, something I've noticed. Just like the last boss, you always want to fight the mobs and extra enemies first. And this is my fault being stupid. I wasn't looking at my stamina bar and got punished for it. You should use your defensive abilities of your combat style to get your stamina back, like the cults, absorb, and etc. etc. But if you can't figure out what your opponent's gonna do, I have one top right. The alternative attack is a super armor move. So if you ever find yourself in a pinch, you just want to get the momentum on your part, you can just go ahead and do that. And here's the overlevel dude helping me out. And it's strange because the only reason I could think of someone like that being here is if they're trying to farm skills. But if they're trying to farm skills, they would do that offline. So I really just don't understand this man's existence right now. Oh, we got a skill, shield. From the Rivario fight, we've gained Earthquake. And what that does, it stuns your opponent. Well, it stuns an area surrounding you of all enemies for a period of time. And you actually can use that to your advantage to get your momentum. And this, we gain shield, which gives us some defense. I used to have it a lot, and I thought it was good, or theoretically, in theory, I thought it would be good, but in practice, not so much. I guess I would have to try it again. But we're reaching the end of the video, and we're going to the third area. And something to take into account is the changing times. Like, just before it was like, I don't know, on the brink of nighttime, and here just, I guess this would be sunset or sunrise probably. But that's it for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.